Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam medical outgrowth will be revealed while Taylor deals with a doomed heart. Brooke will also be tempted by a fresh launch. Bill will find out whether his precious adventure paid off. Liam's procedure at the private surgical center. Bill will get updates on how effects went in the operating room. Grace will unmask some news regarding Liam's condition, and her mysterious co-worker may have a chance to weigh in as well. It may be too early to know for sure whether Liam's completely cured, but Bill can at least learn the surgery outgrowth and hopefully get some positive signs. There's always the threat of side goods or unanticipated damage when an experimental treatment like this is involved. Will Liam be each right in the fate of this whole parlous fire? Finn may grow decreasingly suspicious of Grace and what she's caching. Grace does do a veritably good job of concealing when she's jumpy, so Finn may follow some suggestions soon enough. Taylor look forward to her forthcoming marriage day, but Ridge studies may drift to Brooke more frequently than he'd like to admit. Despite Taylor playing it cool when it comes to Brooke going on Ridge and Eric Italy trip, she may face some covetousness and unease deep down. Taylor may take a little comfort in Nick Rearmost assignation for Brooke. Nick will have a chance to sweep Brooke off her bases in Italy soon, so they'll make some grand plans in the coming occurrences. Brooke will sluggishly open her mind to a fresh launch with Nick by her side, so that's sure to drive Ridge up the wall. The nearer Brooke gets to a new morning with Nick, the further Ridge is going to want her back, indeed though he's not ready to confess that yet. Since we know Ridge will deliver Brooke after an accident and decide she's his true love toward the month, Taylor is doomed for some heartbreak. Bill supplicated and offered to die in Liam's place while Poppy visited Finn at the sanitarium. At the private surgical center, Liam was anxious ahead of his procedure. Bill gave Liam a Vim talk along with Grace before she introduced her co-worker, Dr. Adhikari. As Liam was fixed for surgery, Grace reminded Bill about the plutocrat needed. Bill ultimately made a phone call and got evidence on the line transfer going through. Once Bill paced around the staying area, he ultimately said a prayer and said to take him rather if someone had to go. Bill couldn't bear losing Liam, so he asked for his son to be spared. Grace sounded nervous as she used a scalpel to make a gash on Liam's head. Adhikari jounced at Grace to give her stimulant, but the whole thing sounded super shady. Once the surgery was over, Dr. Adhikari didn't have important to say to Bill other than it went well. Grace assured Bill that they pulled off a medical phenomenon, so he marveled over the excrescence being gone and Liam having a chance to live. Poppy sounded like she was looking for check as she approached Finn to bandy Luna. Poppy had a lot of regrets when it came to her son, but not being honest about Luna's father would hang her the most. Finn eventually was interested in agitating all this with Poppy and had to go deal with a case. As for Bridget, she was taken suddenly to find that Liam was in his room. Bridget was told that Grace formerly released Liam into Bill's care, so she gave Finn updates on that perplexing news. Steffi, Hope Carter, and Brooke all talked about Liam being an idol. After Steffi called to check on Ms. Dillon, she talked about Bill presumably wanting to take Liam back to his place and still criticized him for a lot of what went down with Luna. Steffi has further Liam marvels in her unborn. Liam undergoes surgery. Poppy makes a disgusting move toward Finn. At a private medical center, Liam waits for his procedure. Bill tries to keep his son's spirits up. Grace enters and declares that she believes in this procedure. This is Liam's stylish chance. Grace says the croaker is the stylish theirs and Bill says he more be. Grace speaks to Bill intimately and talks about plutocrat. Bill will write her a blank check as long as they save Liam. Bill makes a phone call and pressures them to put the $1 million transfer through. Back in the operating room, the croakers put Liam out and began cutting into his crown. A bit latterly, Grace comes out and declares that Liam is in recovery. Dr. Adhikari mentions that it went veritably well. The surgeon seems to be a man of many words. Grace explains to Bill that the entire excrescence was removed. Liam endured a phenomenon. Over in Finn's office at the sanitarium, Poppy wants to console him over Luna. Poppy keeps trying to smooth talk Finn and he must be hurting so much. It really seems like Poppy is trying to betray him again, but Finn doesn't take the bait. He principally tells her to get lost and Poppy is left there striking. Bridget tells Finn that Liam is missing. He's been released into his father's care. Indeed, though neither Croker understands this, they do know Bill will do anything for his family. At Forrester Creations, Hope, Steffi, and Carter talk about the firing. Brooke joins them and agrees that Liam is an idol. Carter wonders how Finn is handling Luna's death. It was a complicated situation. Steffi wouldn't exfoliate a gash for the dead girl. The content changes to Liam. They don't know about the new surgery or transfer yet. They assume Liam will go home with Bill, and they aren't pleased about that at all. With Luna's triadic firing taking front and center stage this month, is Taylor Hayes going to take a break from marriage plans or try to rush Ridge Forrester down the aisle? Taylor was so eager to marry Ridge she took him out to regale and proposed to him. Imagine Ridge's surprise when Taylor popped the question over a candlelit regale. It's not like he could say no. The last time Ridge turned Taylor down, she ended up in the sanitarium with broken heart pattern and some serious health complications. It was egregious after their engagement that Ridge Forrester was having alternate studies about heading down the aisle to the balcony. Also, Luna went on another killing spree and marriage plans were put on the back burner. It'll only be a matter of time before Taylor begins to grow restless and gets back to her marriage plans. Still, the Forrester family will be ready to celebrate if Luna passes down. And it looks like Liam Spencer will be out of the Forestland in a many weeks. The Forrester crew will get back to their regular day-to-day life and Taylor will begin obliging Ridge to pick a marriage date. Scuttlebutt has it she might indeed try to move him to elope with her. Taylor could use Liam Spencer and Steffi's encounter with death as a reason to tie the knot sooner. Steffi has always wanted her parents to get back together, it's no secret she has been eager for them to reunite. Taylor could move Ridge that their son needs commodity positive to help her bounce back from Luna's attack, and a marriage is the answer. What better way to forget Finn's son tried to shoot her than to go on cutlet tastings with her mama? Is it only a matter of time before Taylor starts trying to get Ridge down the aisle again? Will she use Steffi's attack to guilt him into heading to the balcony? Grace Buckingham depositing $1 million into her bank account. She looks at her phone with remorse. She's over to Commodity Shady. Grace has been too involved with Liam's treatment, and for good reason. She was hoping to get a price out of it. Liam woke up from his coma. But his trip isn't over yet. He'll be transported to a private clinic where he'll suffer an experimental treatment with Dr. Grace, who has fitted herself in his medical treatment. She'll work alongside a new Croker. Is this new Croker her ex-husband, Dr. Reese? He was a shady Croker who had a gambling dependence. Grace could be trying to pay back her partner's debts. That's a huge price label, however. She did allude that her family isn't fat and still has their share of fiscal problems. The company is paying her to take Liam's life into her own hands. She'll take the threat and perform this treatment on Liam, anyhow of the pitfalls. Effects could get unattractive for Liam, however, Grace will have blood on her hands if he ends up dead.